According to Bill Gates, yes, Bill Gates, Nigeria's tax to GDP ratio is just 10.86%, and he believes that that is too low. For context, the regional average in Africa is around 15.6%. Now you might be wondering, how did we get here? And why is it so low? Well, we all know the answer. Welcome back to The Scoop, guys, where I try to give you as much information, knowledge, analysis on life, things beyond. If you're new here, make sure that you hit the button, subscribe to my channel, and share this with someone who needs to stay informed. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, so what exactly is the issue? And why is Bill Gates discussing our taxes? Well, if you didn't hear, Bill Gates recently visited Nigeria and he was in Abuja, and he pointed out that there is a massive trust deficit between the Nigerian government and its citizens. Simply put, which is true, the government doesn't trust the people to pay their taxes, and the people do not trust the government to spend those taxes wisely, so the people do not pay their taxes. So when we say Nigeria's tax to GDP ratio is 10.86%, it means that the government collects taxes that are only 10.86% of the country's total economic output. That's really low. Like, it's astronomically low. Comparison, other African countries are doing about 15 to 20%. So what does a low ratio like this show? What does it mean? Well, we all know what taxes are technically meant to do, right? Taxes are supposed to provide benefits for the people. So taxes can fund healthcare, they can fund education, they can fund development, infrastructure. You see countries, specifically European countries, they have crazy high taxes. So you'll find that in countries that have very high taxes, the quality of life tends to be quite good because, for example, in a lot of European countries, you'll find that they don't pay for healthcare, because the citizens are taxed like 30 to 40%. Whereas in countries like America, where taxes are varied and they're not as high, you'll find that healthcare is not free. There's no such thing as universal healthcare. So taxes generally, they're supposed to directly correlate to the services that the government provides for the citizens. In a country like Nigeria, because they're only collecting 10.86% ratio to the GDP. I'm saying technically because I will get to my point very soon. Technically, this means that the government is not going to be able to provide services such as good healthcare, better roads, development, education, all these things. So for example, all these things that actually matter. In America, the taxes directly correlate to the ability for people to be able to go to school for free. So when you say public school, most people in America, most people from kindergarten to 12th or from year 1 to 12, you're not paying for school. Why? Because the property taxes is what pays for schools. The property taxes from the neighborhoods is what funds the schools and is what says, oh, this is how the school is going to run, and you guys can send your kids to this school for free. It comes from property taxes. And of course, it's based on, that's another story. I'm digressing. But what I'm just saying is that that's how taxes work. So in a country like Nigeria, where it's astronomically low, a lot of services that we're supposed to be getting, we're not going to get it. We're not going to be able to see our taxes at work, which is the reason why Lagos State has a very intense campaign where they're always talking about taxes. And, people are supposed to pay their taxes, which I fully actually agree. I fully believe in paying your taxes because I think that that's the only way your country can get better. Now, this is the problem. Expectations are not met, so a lot of people are avoiding to pay their taxes. The thing is, how do we convince the Nigerian people to believe in taxes? What needs to be done for us to believe in taxes, for people to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remit the taxes that I owe and I'm going to give Caesar what is due to Caesar? Trust. It fully comes down to trust. People have to trust the system. They have to trust that their money is going to go to good work, that they have to trust that their money is going to do well for them. It's just that simple. Otherwise, people are just going to feel like they're paying into coffers and they're not paying towards themselves. No one wants to pay taxes, but people will pay taxes if they see their tax at work. It's a direct correlation. Trust the system. The system needs to show that it's trustworthy, and people will be able to trust the system. It's just that simple. Let me know what you think and how Nigeria can encourage and also motivate the citizens to pay taxes, because it really is a two-way street, right? The government has to show that it's serious about spending wisely. Citizens do need to do their part and pay their fair share. It's really just that simple. It's a married situation where if everything goes well, we the citizens, we truly will benefit, because a society, a country can't run without taxes. It's just that simple. But alas, I need to see my taxes at work. All right, guys, that's it for today on The Scoop. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe.